Hi guys, for today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to use the if logical test formula, which is commonly used by a document controller in construction industry. Okay, as you can see, this is an inspection request log, okay, for electrical, and we are going to focus on these three latest status, latest revisions, and latest dates of submissions here. Okay, as you can see, the revision is until revision 7. Okay, so we are going to use the logical if test to count the latest status, the latest revision, and the latest date, enable for us to see the latest transmittal or the latest inspection report or any submittal logs that we have submitted in the consultant. Okay, so we will start backwards starting on revision 7. Okay, so as you can see the formula, if, okay, if logical test, value if true, and value if false. So we are going to start with the equal sign over here. Okay, in the latest status. So we are going to place the formula here on the cell 15 under the latest status. Okay, so going backwards, okay, we will start in revision 7. As you can see, the cell stands in revision 7 is AN. Okay, and it is, we are going to count the cell 15 under the AN cell, which is in the status. Okay, remember the AN, remember the revision 6, which is under the status of AJ. AJ cell, AJ, we're going to count the status in the cell 15. Okay, and under revision 5, we're going to count the status of the cell 15, the status of revision 5. Okay, under AF, remember the cells which I'm talking about here, and revision 4 in the status of revision 4, which is AB. Okay, and the status of revision 3 submittals, okay, which is under X cell, and in the cells of 15. Okay, always 15. Okay, and then moving on to revision 2, which is in the status of T cell, okay, and the revision 1 in the status of in the P cell, which is in the cell 15. Okay, and the last one is cell L, okay, which already have a status of B, which is under cell 15. So again, we will start in 7 going backwards, because the latest revision we are going to count is from 7, or it is up to you. If the revision is until revision 5, we will count this until revision 5 backwards. Okay, so we're going to place the formula in the latest status in this column of H. Okay, so this is how we will place the logical if function to count the status of revision 7 backwards till revision 0. So we will start in equal sign and then followed by the if. As you can see, if logical test, we have to place the cell, okay, which has the status of revision 7 backwards. Okay, value if true and value if false. So AN stands in the status of revision 7, which is in the cell AN and in the cell 15. So we have to place AN 15 equals, we have to start with equals if, open parenthesis AN and 15. As you remember, we in this column here, this is AN cell. So this are we going to count. Okay, so back to the logical test. Okay, AN, which is in the cell 15, as you can see here in the cell 15. Okay, so, and then less than or greater than. Okay, this is the logical test. And then followed by two quotation and then comma. And then repeat the AN 15 and then comma. And then if we finish already with the revision 7 and then separated by the comma, it is another logical test. We will start in F and then open parenthesis AJ15. AJ15 is in revision 6. As you can see here, AJ15 in this column, AJ15. We are counting the revision 6 now. We are just finished the revision 7 and now we are in revision 6, which is in the cell AJ and 15. Okay, so AJ15 less than or greater than, two quotation and then comma, and then repeat the AJ15 and then separate by the comma. Again, we finish the revision 6 and now we are going to count the revision 5, which start with if and then open and then AF 15 less than or greater than, and then repeat this two quotation and then comma, and then AF 15. AF 15 by the way is in revision 5. As you can see AF here, we are counting the status of revision 5 under the cell of AF and 15. Okay, so moving on, AF 15 comma and then another logical operation for revision 4. Revision 4 starts with if, open, logical test, AB 15 cell less than or greater than, and then two quotation and then separate by the comma and then repeat this AB 15 and then separate by the comma. Okay, so another if logical test, which is in X. As you remember, X is in revision 4, I guess. Yeah, no, revision 3 now. This is X and we are counting the revision 3 status under the cell X and under the cell 15. Okay, going back to the formula. If, okay, you have to repeat the logical test. If, open parenthesis, X 15 less than or greater than, put the two quotation here and comma, and then repeat the X 15. This is the cell that we are counting under the revision 3, under the status, under the cells X and under the cell 15 and then comma. And then you have to repeat again for another revision for if, open T15, which is in revision 2 going down to the revision 0, which is L15. Okay, as you can see, we started in the equal sign here and we open the 7 open parentheses in each logical operation in each revision. As you can see, this is the first revision that we are going to count, which is revision 7. And then separated by the comma, and then another if logical operation, which is in the 6th revision. We are counting the 6th revision status, which is revision 6. And now we are going to use the logical operation again for revision 5. Okay, for revision 4, for if, another if logical operation for revision 3, 2 and 1 till 0. Okay, as you can see, we open the parenthesis 7 times because we are reading from 7 backwards to revision 0. As we count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we have to close it. Okay, to terminate it, to use this function, we have to close it 7 times again. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then hit the enter. Okay, so now we got the formula for the latest status of the submittals that we submitted in the consultant. Okay, this is just only one example of the transmittal that we are submitting to the consultant. Okay, This is most commonly used by document controller to present their data to their project manager to be able to easy to read and less time consuming. Okay, so I'm going to input here, assuming that this is this doesn't have an input yet. Okay, so enable for you to see how it counts. We have only to focus on this status. Okay, so we have a submission from revision 0. Okay, the first submission that we had, which has an actual submission of in July 7 and received on July 10, and then the status is B. And then enable to have the latest status, we have to resubmit again, and we have to place it in 1, and then the actual submission is supposed to be like, for example, 2 of April 21. Okay, and then received on, we're going to place the status here in revision 1, which is A. We got A from the consultant, and then we have received on 15th of April 21. Okay, as you can see, I already input my data on revision 1, and it was automatically changes in the latest revision here in the status, as well as in revision, and as well as in the date. Okay, as you place the formula here, where you only have to copy and paste it in revision 1 and revision 15, and the cell will change by itself. Okay, it's the same logical if function. So moved on revision on this C, revise and resubmit, which has been submitted in revision 0. We have to get the A approval or the B approval, assuming that we have submitted in revision 1, and we're just copying the dates here, and then we have to place the revise and resubmit in revision 1.
Thank you guys. See you on the next video.
Automatically changes the color.
Bye.
And it will count in the latest revision and the latest status and the latest dates and this 3 cell, which is very very important to see by your project managers, and for you as well, to see what is the latest that you submitted, and to get what is the latest approval that we've got from the consultant. Okay, again, we are going to place the revision 2 here. Okay, because we have to get the A. Okay, because this is just only A approved and resubmit. It has comments, and we have to take A. Okay, we have to resubmit it again. So we have revision 2, and then the actual submission, assuming that it's 25th of April 2021, and then we receive on the end of April 2021. Okay, as I'm inputting the dates on revision 2, it is automatically changes the revision 2 and the date from the latest revision and the date, as you can see in this cell. Okay, moving on, we have to place on in the status, which is under the T, which I counted in the formula. As you remember, this T here, okay, this T15 here is in revision 2. Okay, so I'm going to place an input of A under the T cell, under the 15, under T and 15 cell. Okay, when I place the A here, I'm sorry, it should be down. As I place the A here, it will be automatically changes on the latest status. Okay, and then the submission is finished, and then we have to go on the other status, assuming that this is under review. Okay, and then we have to submit to get the B or A.